9 investigates why a sheriff's captain was not given a medical evaluation or even a sobriety test after being found passed out in traffic, his engine running and his foot on the brake at a Seminole County intersection. Investigative reporter Carla Ray joins us live now with video you will only see on 9. And Carla, the responding deputy actually gives the captain a fist bump before sending him on his way.
Yeah, a fist bump, and then he says this never happened, don't worry about it. When we followed up with questions, an agency spokesperson said that deputies did not believe that the driver was impaired or having a medical complication, but there's no way to know for sure because they didn't do anything to check. Not far from Chuliota along County Road 419, concerned drivers called deputies and firefighters out to check on the driver of this SUV one evening earlier this month.
Thank you guys for calling.
The man behind the wheel wasn't moving, but the vehicle wasn't in park, so 2 Seminole deputies used their vehicles to box him in. Then you can see them banging on the window for a full minute.
You OD'd her asleep.
Before the man finally responds.
You need any medical attention? No, good. I'm good.
The driver's face is blurred in the video provided to us by the sheriff's office, but we learned it's Captain Kip Beecham, who oversees the Community Justice and Rehabilitation Division, a 24-year veteran with the agency.
Oh, see what happened.
It doesn't take long for the responding deputies to realize who they're talking to.
You got handcuffs? Yeah, I'm a cop with the sheriff's office, man. Oh. Yeah, I got tied up, dude. I know. You know how it is. I know, man. I just got tied up, dude. Yeah.
And almost as quickly as crews came, they were suddenly ready to go, sending the off-duty captain, who was asleep in traffic just moments earlier, back out onto the roads without a screening by EMTs on site, a sobriety check, or further question.
You're good. You're good. Just leave. All right. You're good. All right, thanks, man. This didn't happen.
We asked whether there was a policy in place dictating what would trigger a sobriety or medical check before someone is allowed to drive away in a situation like this. A sheriff's office spokesperson told us every situation is unique and it is ultimately deputy discretion based on training and experience. Going on to say that upon awakening, the captain showed no signs of impairment or further concerns to deputies. Now, that spokesperson went on to tell me that the deputies involved are not under any review and that they cannot share further details about the captain's condition during that stop due to federal privacy laws dealing with health information. There was no incident report taken, only those body camera videos, which we are posting in full on our website so you can take a closer look. That's at WFTV.com. Vanessa, Greg.